John Shuster is the guest with me this morning on KOOL 101.7. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Went to a bunch of near misses for us lately, it seemed like. Well, you're like I know you're in town for a day or two, and I'm trying to get you in.
Well, this is the best time anyways.
Yes. So, first of all, congratulations are in order. You are the national champion.
Yeah. 5th time, so yeah, it's been.
Is that the most for the people that are competing amongst Americans?
Actually, it's funny that it's not the most all time, I think.
No, but the most for the people that are competing now?
Well, there was one competitor in the field with 5, and I tied him. So
all right.
This is my former teammate from the 2006 Olympic team, Joe Polo, who's also a Duluth resident. So
nice.
So I got back and tied him because apparently he knew that he was one ahead of me after they won last year, and yeah, we ran him down.
Never give anybody motivation, you know?
I didn't know until after the game was over, honestly, that someone was like, "Oh yeah, Polo was saying last year that he had 5 now and you just had 4." I'm like, oh, okay.
I have to ask you about something. I haven't talked to you I think since St. Jude last year. And in that time I got a tweet from Blake Shelton, the country singer. And it's asking me could he follow me? And I'm like, "Really? Okay, sure." So I tweeted back to him. I was like, "Dude, where'd you get my name? How'd you?" Because I'm just in Duluth. I'm not like in a major market or anything. And he wrote something about running into John Shuster, and he convinced me that I should follow you. And so I was all set to say thank you, but there's no backstory to this.
No, because I don't even follow you on Twitter until today.
Maybe you should start following Blake Shelton because I think he follows you.
Nice. I'll have to. I think maybe he does. I think I probably do follow Blake Shelton, but
I know Blake Shelton supports a lot of Olympians, so maybe he's got you on the list and kind of follows along with what you do and everything. But
solid. It's good. I mean, it's funny because Sarah and I are my wife are big Voice fans, so
okay.
We feel like we know Blake after watching those guys so much.
Well, maybe you do.
Maybe we do. Maybe it's some other world.
Go home and brag to the wife that Blake. You convinced Blake to follow Chris Allen.
You're welcome, I guess.
So tell me, now that you are in tournament mode, are you practicing more? What do you do to get ready for something like that?
Well, it's for the entire season, like what we build up for. We play in the World Curling Tour, which is kind of like the professional. It's even though we're not professionals, but it's basically like the top people in the world all compete on this tour for the whole season to get ready for our national championships. And so we play in our national championships, and that's like our next big thing. And if you are able to come out of there with we have a different point system now, but with the most points, which winning nationals is worth a ton of points, and so we're able to win nationals and have the most points going toward the world. So then they elected us to be the representative at the World Championships, which are the end of next month. They're the 28th of March through the 5th of April.
Okay.
And, after a week like last week, just mentally draining and that kind of stuff, I've taken a couple days off from my actual practice regimen. I mean, I still play in the league Monday and Tuesday this week.
Okay.
But yeah, we're going down to the club again today, and I've already been to the gym, twice since I've been back, and it's Thursday, so today will be my 3rd day back.
Wow.
So it's
that's not bad.
It's something. I'm a stay-at-home dad, so me and Luke go to the YMCA every day, and he hops into kids club while I go work out, and then toss him in the pack and play, and he hangs out at the pack and play at the curling club while I practice. So it's a pretty good gig.
That was the next thing I was going to say. Since I've seen you last, you had a little boy, and congratulations, by the way.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen you since then, but now I got a little. He went from a baby to a little boy.
Okay,
he's running around and talking now.
Yeah,
yeah, he'll be 2 in May.
Okay, but I don't think I've seen you very much. I mean, except for a couple things here and there at the curling club. The past couple of years, I haven't seen you.
Yeah,
very
no,
much.
it's that's what happens. All of a sudden, I was just talking to Justin outside and said, once you have kids, everything kind of changes and life gets busier and you have less and less time for, some of those other things. So
well, and you notice that other people's kids, all of a sudden, if they're like 10, and you're like, wait a minute, didn't you just have them?
Something like that.
So now, what has having a child done to your Olympic life, your working life, and your life?
My life. I went from working part-time to working no time.
Okay.
But no, it really has put into perspective for me the curling aspect of my life. Like, Sarah and I, my wife, talk about, the importance of curling and where I've been and being able to go to the Olympics 3 times and and still striving to, to win a world championship and to win an Olympic gold. And that being important, because it's kind of what I do. And then, but at the same time, like having a child, you realize that life doesn't hinge upon winning medals at nationals or at world championships or anything like that. For now life hinges on, being the best person I can be to set an example for the little guy that's, we hang out with every day. So
and you can't drink out of the milk carton anymore and all this stuff that
I've never been about drinking out of the milk carton.
I just use that as an example. All the bad habits that you have, you can't do that anymore.
Well, you can do it and then just be like, don't be like me.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. When they get smart enough to figure it out, they'll go, wait a minute, how come you can do that, Daddy, and I can't?
Yeah.
Then you have to come up with a reason. Well, because the stars aligned at some point and
all right, I'll put that one in the memory bank.
Yeah, it'll happen, believe me. I'm getting checked all the time. One more thing I wanted to ask you. What would it be like now that you have a family and everything to win a gold medal? Does it mean more?
I don't know that the family aspect makes it mean more. I think
is it still about you wanting it, or now has it become a I want it for kind of deal?
It's always been an I want it for kind of deal. I know of people in curling clubs from where I grew up in Chisholm and Hibbing, and now the curling club in Duluth, which I've been a part of. I've been in Duluth over 10 years now.
Wow.
So between all those people, and you get back from nationals this week and get the hugs and the congratulations, and we even had a couple from Duluth come out like to the nationals to watch because they know so many of them, and as they're giving us hugs after the thing, they had as many tears in their eyes as my wife and parents had in their eyes, and that's why because we can do this, go out and play at that particular thing. It makes it that much sweeter having that support system that starts with our families but extends to our extended family at the curling club, and really making all of them proud. Is really so. Having a child, it just adds one more person to that army. But it's
right.
It's really been cool to be able to do that for our families and our families at the curling clubs. And then it extends out to the country. When you have the USA on your back, any curling club I go into in the country, you get the same response. And we just try to do our best to represent them and bring them pride and pride in our game.
Especially if Blake Shelton is one of your biggest fans.
Hey, I don't know if he's one of my biggest fans, but he'd be one of my tallest fans probably.
I'm starting the rumor, even if it's not true. We're gonna spread this thing viral.
We'll get that guy curling. Yeah.
Yeah, Blake, next time you're up, come curling. We'll take you out.
Hey, any that offer stands for any artist that ever comes up here for a concert in the wintertime.
Little Big Town will be
coming soon.
They have
4 people to be perfect. They have a curling team already.
They could have their own team. Or split them apart. We'll take 2 curlers and 2 curlers and put them with 2 of them.
No.
Have a little Big Town kind of playoff or something.
Yeah, it's it could totally happen if they're down for it. We have plenty of us at the curling club that
could make it happen.
Yeah, I could show them a good time.
All right. A couple things. The House of Hearts is coming up. This is something that you raise money for every year. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about it. And I know that you guys are always looking for either people to donate money or donate things to raise money.
Yeah. What the House of Hearts charity bonspiel is, we bring in celebrity curlers from all over the world that come in and play with those same people at our club. So the people at our club pay money to play with these
big time people,
celebrity curlers,
right?
Like me. But what also happens throughout that process, we raise money for local health care, which is kind of cool because all the dollars we raise, people can actually see the things we've done. So
yeah,
I think we've been with the St. Luke's Foundation.
You guys have bought machines and different things.
Yeah, and for like a lot of the infusion therapy center at St. Luke's has been influenced by us curlers in the Duluth Curling Club here. So
very cool. And then people, if they own a business and they want to donate some things to help raise money, they can just get in touch with the curling club then?
Yeah, I think the curling club is an easy place to get in touch with. But, we take, obviously money donations always go right to our bottom line, but we also have a huge raffle and silent auction where Those are the two probably biggest fundraisers we have throughout the course of the event. And I believe over the last 15 years, we've raised over $250,000, over $300,000.
Wow.
So, yeah, so we're really, just curlers having some fun, making a difference in the community, and
so having fun and raising money at the same time.
Yeah, and it's for a great cause. I mean, you've seen the last 5 or 10 years how fantastic both of our healthcare systems have been in Duluth, and to be part of that growth in our community. So when somebody does come down to something serious, illness wise, that they don't have to go elsewhere, that they can do it in town here and be with their families. It really is it's a blessing. That's why we're also passionate about what we do. So
very cool. Yeah. John Shuster, everybody, and you're welcome to come back anytime. And I expect you to now we've made sure that all of our phones have the right phone numbers and everything in it. I expect to hear little things because we include you in the sports here at KOOL 101.7, and I blog about you guys when you're doing well. Well, even when you're not doing well, just to keep people updated what you're doing. So make sure you stay in touch when you're at the next
of course
curling event.
Yeah, our, like I said, World Championships are March 28th through April 5th, and I think hopefully you'll blog about us so people can follow along.
I will be blogging during that time. So yeah, I expect to hear a tweet once or twice. All right.
Oh yeah, we'll send some tweets out there. We actually have bringing with our alternate from the Nationals. Didn't qualify for whatever the status is to be an alternate at the Worlds.
Okay.
So we're taking him with us anyways because he was part of our team all year, and we wouldn't do that to him. And
right.
He's going to go along and be doing our social media and that kind of stuff. Nice. So I'll get Trevor in contact.
So you're going to make him work anyway.
So I mean, you could probably even do some live interviews with Trevor during games. Who knows?
Very cool. We'll hook him up so people can tweet with him. So and the other thing is, do you guys need money when you travel to the Worlds and stuff like that? Is there money that you need to raise along the way, and can people donate?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. The Duluth Curling Club, same thing. You can send it to the Curling Club, care of Team Shuster.
Okay.
For us, basically, our trip to the Worlds is for the most part taken care of, but we're doing things like our team, such as paying Trevor's way so he can come to the World Championships with us, which we feel that he's earned, and and having helping to kind of offset some of our travel costs we had throughout the year because we were what people were calling team reject that this year because there was 2 national teams chosen that got completely funded for their entire season. We had to do it all on our own dime and the dime of our sponsors, which George's Liquor in town here being one of our sponsors, and really, I mean, when we got to nationals, had we not gotten a couple little sponsorships come in, we would have actually had to pay money out of our own pocket for like hotel rooms and airfares, and not just food for the season. So
right.
I mean, every dollar is.
You're a stay-at-home dad now, so
yeah,
the pay isn't the best with that job.
No, the pay is the best of that job. Absolutely the best.
I mean, monetarily.
Monetarily, well, yeah.
Well, thanks again, John Shuster.
Thank you very much for having me, Chris.